Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome back to the Neil Robertson Pro Career on Snooker 19. Today it is time for episode 26 and the start of our quarter-final of the China Championship against the Pistol Mark Allen. I hope you all had a good Christmas. Unfortunately, I didn't get round to doing a video on Friday. That's why we didn't, well, that's why we didn't have one for Christmas. But we are back today on Monday, so I hope you guys are all fit and well after a good Christmas. I certainly had a good Christmas, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to play some good old-fashioned snooker. So in today's episode, we'll play the first 4 frames before, in Wednesday's episode, playing the last of this game. So let's have a quick look at the matchup history between ourselves and Mark Allen. And to be fair, it's quite surprising. We've got a good record against Mark Allen. You can see in the last 3 meetings, we've beaten him quite comprehensively. In the UK's and the Scottish Open last season, we beat him 6-1. In the Gibraltar Open last year, we beat him 4-0. He did have 2 victories on us before that and became a bit of a bogey player. Before that, as you can see, we had a good run against him. We've played in 2 big matches against him in the final of the Daphbet Masters and lost in a decider, much the same as the last 16 of the Betfred World Championship in our first season as well. But we've got a good record against Mark Allen, and let's see if that continues into today's episode. Now, the previous 2 matches we've had on camera, we have beaten both our opponents, whether it be Mark King or Stuart Bingham, by 5 frames to 0. And looking at the matchup history, that could well happen today, you just never know. But I doubt it. We're playing a very good player here in Mark Allen, and I can't see us beating him by 5 frames to 0. But I guess you just never know with snooker. Once you get going, you can do brilliantly. Equally, if your opponent gets going, then you can lose a match very, very quickly. Use Ronnie as an example. You know, if you're playing Ronnie and he gets into gear in a best of 9, you could be out of the arena in the best part of an hour. And that's in real life. You compare that to snooker 19 frames, that's more of sort of, I guess, 45 minutes. But, you know, it's pretty scary. But as I always say with these videos, it's great that you guys keep supporting the series. I'm still enjoying it, and I hope you guys are as well. And this series isn't going anywhere. Looks like we're not going to get a new snooker game for a while. I have heard a few sources that apparently there isn't a plan for another snooker game, which is a real shame. Be a real shame if this was just to be a one-off. And I wouldn't understand why it would only be a one-off, really. But if it is to be, I shall just continue playing this, obviously, till the season's over. And even though I've said it is going to finish at the end of the season, you know, it might not do. We might have aspirations to do another year, but we've got a lot of snooker to come. We're only in the first few tournaments of the season, so there's a long way to go yet. So, a bit of scrappy safety in the first frame here. Got to be careful we play this at the right sort of pace. We don't want to let Mark Allen have an early chance. Just hit those as thin as we possibly could. We'll hit the yellow on the way back. I don't really mind that. We are playing some good snooker though recently. I've had a few days off, obviously, since Christmas. I am recording this on the day that it is coming out. So it's probably been maybe 5, maybe 6 days since I've recorded a video on Snooker 19. But I'm feeling good. I have to say, I'm feeling good. We're feeling good about this, but that could all change in an instant. This looks like a good line, but we've overhit it, unfortunately. We could have been nicely in, not maybe behind the yellow, but close to the yellow if things had gone right for us there. Taking a long time for someone to get a chance here. But I think given the way the balls are set out, I think if someone does get a chance, it could be quite a good one to go and win the frame in one visit. That's not a bad shot. Again, we might, against a lesser player, look to try and just knock that in. That red that we're just playing safe on now, but it would be too much of a risk, I think, so we're not going to bother. What's the point of playing all this safety now and then just scuppering it by having a half-hearted whack and potentially letting Mark Allen in? He's going to hit the jaw here, which somehow plays into his favour, amazingly. Neither player giving a lot away. Just the snooker we like to see. Our opponents have been pretty lacklustre in their safety in the last few matches. You have to be honest. So it's good to see someone actually going for it here. That's a good shot from Mark.
That's an excellent shot.
This might be where the safety battle ends, but I'm trying to move that red and get the cue ball safe. Whether they're going tandem is questionable, but I think we're covered by the blue. I think the blue does cover that red. We'll soon know about it if it doesn't, because he'll go for the pot. But that was a pretty good attempt there.
Tricky pot, no doubt.
Yeah, he can get to this red, and he's potted it. Fair dues to him.
1.
So Mark Allen gets the first chance. It was a very good safety from Mark Allen. We were forced to play off that red. If we hadn't have done, we were going to leave something fairly easy. But look at that. All he makes of that is the 1 point.
Mark Allen.
Cannot believe he missed that. Puts us in a tricky position though here, you have to say. We can get the pot, but position's going to be a bit of a nightmare. We'll just come off the cushion. Again, that's not really anywhere near enough pace than I was thinking of. And I think it might just be best to play safety. Get a good safety in. And let Mark play at what will be a tough snooker. We're going to try and get this behind the yellow.
He just wants to drop this one behind the yellow ball.
Neil Folds knows what he's on about. The former world number 3. And that's pretty much what we were aiming to do.
Well, he's managed the snooker. Let's see what happens here.
I don't think he's going to get out of this, is he?
1.
Oh, he does. That is a fantastic, really fantastic effort there. That's bloody tremendous. I tell you what, he doesn't leave anything on, does he? Even if we play with the most side in the world, we can't get to this red. So, kudos to Mark Allen here. Has to be said. We're going to struggle not to leave something on here. Try and play it just as thin as we can, but hopefully at the same time try and avoid the jaws. And there wasn't really a lot we could have done there to get out of it. I guess we could have played it with a bit more conviction, but then there's the risk of completely opening up the reds. But Mark Allen's safety has been top-notch so far. Doesn't actually leave anything on with how the reds cover one another. But from this angle, it does leave something on, unfortunately, for Mark.
This isn't easy.
And this now with the reds a bit more open. Could be a good chance. I'm only saying could because you never know with these things. Could be a good chance to get into this frame. Not an easy black, though, here. But it's there. It's dropped. Question is, can we see the next red? They're all so crowded that they do sometimes get in the way of one another. It's going to have to be the half chance to the middle pocket here. And again, we're going to have to play this with some confidence so we can follow through for the colour. This isn't easy though.
A half chance.
But it's there. Again, we had to play that to follow through. We needed the pace to follow through for the next colour.
9.
Not follow through in any other way, but just for the colour. And crucially, we've got the blue back on its spot. That's going to be a big help.
A little awkward there.
We are left a bit awkward, I agree, but in these situations, the most important thing is getting the pot registered. And then with this sort of shot now, just playing across the table, back for the blue. It's so crucial having that blue, it really is. It's one of those shots that you can get yourself nice and pretty back into position. Got to make sure you pot it though.
The long pot's on, and he's going for it.
Because what always, well, I won't say what always happens, but what sometimes happens when you're looking to get position is that you take your eye off the pot.
20.
Let you into a little secret. I wasn't going for this red. We were going for another one, but we can see it. Doesn't matter. It's an option. And again, we can get back onto the blue with it.
21.
That pink being in the way doesn't help us out at all, to be honest. Just seeing if there's a route through from playing a fairly simple shot here. And the answer is no, not really. How did we end up here? I was about to say, how did that end up going all over the place? Goodness knows. Just want a soft touch with the cushion. We don't want too much. We want it to come off the cushion, but we don't want too much of an angle. That's sort of okay. It's sort of what we're looking for. Pretty much bang on, actually.
26.
We'll take that, but this is tricky. Tricky break.
Gently does it.
So tricky with where the reds are to get any fluency, particularly in getting balls potted. Got to be with a smash grab here. In terms of coming back down the table. Doesn't look too bad. Hopefully we'll be on something. And that doesn't look too bad at all. We'll take that.
32.
Wouldn't be a bad win, this wouldn't, would it, if we can win this in one visit?
A delicate touch required here.
I think that might be frame over, though. We've misjudged just how slow that ball would be. There. But we like our long pots. We're going to give it a go on the blue. This could be a mistake.
He's an expert
one
long
that
potter, and he's taking this on.
I think he's worth taking on. The blue's there.
That's one of his trademark.
And we are back in position. I mean, to get out of that safe, I'm still on a red.
38.
You can't argue at that, can you? You really can't. And are we actually going to be on the black? I don't think we are. That's one issue here, I suppose. Pink and black really out of bounds, so we're having to move the cue ball a lot more than we'd like. Playing the blue. Which is a shot that's okay, but again, it could be a real pain if you're having to play it all the time. We've got to get this pretty much bang on right.
He is, so I'd assume he'd take this on.
And it's okay.
Oh, that's a top shot.
44.
Just so much hard work involved. So we're going to try and open things up here. We actually miss all the reds, which is pretty typical, to be honest. And I fail to see how we get on a red. We're that close to the green that we're not really going to get any position. So I think the best thing to do is play a snooker. I know he got out of the last one nicely, and I'm sure he probably will this time. He's actually hit the blue. I don't mind that.
Neil Robertson.
Get him to retake that.
He's asked his opponent.
We're not too far off winning the frame, so again, we'll take it. No, he's missed it again.
Neil Robertson, 4.
Well,
Obviously, the free miss rule doesn't apply here because he's got the green smack bang in front of him. He has hit one this time, but he leaves one pretty much a dead pot, so
is critical here.
Absolutely dead straight. And with those extra points and another few balls, we should take the first frame. I mean, we've needed a bit of help here from Mark, but if you can get your opponent in trouble, you'll take it. For the first time, I think we did pot it earlier, didn't we? But for the first time in a while in this break, we get the black, and that is the ball that we needed to go and win the first frame. We'll just make sure of this, and then I don't really think there's any need to clear up. I've said in previous videos that if we're not on for the century, there's no point really going for it too much. We just want to make sure we get enough balls to
pace required for this shot.
Make sure Mark Allen or whoever we're playing isn't tempted to come back to the table.
15.
It's understandable. This will put us, 70 ahead, 43 on the table. I'd say now he'll concede after this.
16.
But, 11 frames in a row we've won. It's not bad, is it? It isn't bad at all. And make that obviously 12 with the match in the last 64. You have to win the last frame to get through. Can't remember the results. I think we played against Crafty Ken Doherty.
And that is the frame. Well played.
So it's ourselves to break in frame number 2. Again, we're only going to be playing the first 4 today. Unless we've got we get a bit of a shock. And we potentially could go for another 5. 5-0, that is. But we're looking good here. There's not much phasing us at the moment, which I think is key. And we've got a good chance to start a good account at the start of this second frame.
Great opening red.
Remember, of course, this is one of the bigger events of the season. It's going to be 2 reds for the price of 1 there. One just gone into the black pocket. One of the biggest events of the season, so if we can win this, then it would be great for our ranking position. Also remembering that we didn't play in this event 2 years ago, so any money that we do get from this event goes straight into our ranking total. With the way the 2-year rankings work, we'd be deducted whatever we got from this event 2 years ago. And you guessed it, because we didn't play in this event, we're just about okay. And that was a lovely shot.
Brilliant.
Was a bit wary about that. I thought, maybe not, but no, it's okay.
10.
Well, I'm not surprised he's taking on the long pot here.
15.
Now this is... Oh, you tool. Oh, blue wasn't on its spot, was it? That's annoying. That was a bit of a schoolboy error, wasn't it? That was, let's be honest. Let's just try and play the snooker behind the black.
Neil Robertson, 15.
Haven't quite got it, but again, it limits him to just the one shot. About as finish you possibly could hit those there. But that was the aim. Get the cue ball back on the cushion. I don't think he's going to fancy potting the red next to the blue. I don't know what the contact is, but I would suggest if he could pot that, he'd have potted it already. But that is some horrible luck for Mark Allen, and I actually think it's probably worth more than anything going for this red by the blue. Just getting it gone, because it could be a big hindrance later on in the frame. Going for the blue and then screwing back and knocking that red in by the pocket.
1.
Because if we'd have alternatively knocked the red in that was over the pocket,
Long pot.
then we'd probably played, played the black, and you'd have found it difficult to get back onto that red. So I'm quite happy with what we've done there. Obviously, this position, it's pretty much a straight pot. We can get nicely positioned for the black and try and open up this pack. Is it going to be a good split? The pot's there, it's the most important thing. I think I'll take that. Will I? Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. It's not brilliant, is it?
14.
The balls have certainly split, that's for sure, but in the way we want, not really. We're going to have a bit of a half go at this, though. I think it's a decent positional shot if we can get it in. It's there. Needs to come off the cushion, and that is pretty much perfectly played onto the black.
15.
Need to be careful with this. We're trying to get onto the red to the
Looking to play this with a lot of power.
corner pocket, but oh, we didn't want to do that. We really didn't want to do that. Just the slightest touch on the red, but actually we're safe, I think, because we can see another one. But that was a bit of a get-out-of-jail-free card, I'll be honest.
The left corner pocket. Tremendous shot.
Excellent cueing.
It might just be worth splitting these again, I don't know. We can still get on red, so I think a key message in snooker is don't take more risks than you need to.
30.
If you know you can get on a red, then go for it rather than playing something that's fancy and again you might screw up on. And that's something I've definitely learned recently, not to go for not necessarily fancy shots, but not to go for, again, trying to keep splitting the balls, and because the more variables you include in your game, the trickier it starts to get, and the less chance obviously you have of playing a good shot. I'll tell you what, that red must be doomed, because every time we're going for it, we're getting a slight touch
38.
on the pack. But again, we can still pot this. I don't really fancy it, brutally honest, but not a lot we can do about it. Plays for an element of safety. I mean, it was way off.
That should have been potted.
Stop there, Red. Stop there. Stop, please. Stop, 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 stop. That's about the limit.
Neil Robertson, 38.
Yeah, play that with an element of safety involved, definitely. But look at where that red is.
Brilliant.
I tell you what, I did not spot that one. Mark Allen has, though. Good shot.
He's aiming to sink this into the right corner.
And he's potted the black. Bit unfortunate on position there. It's not fantastic, but this could be a steal here from Mark Allen. Bit of an opportunistic shot from us. You could say, well, you know, you should have just knocked the red in, got the points, and come back. It all links back to that variables conversation I was just having with you.
17. 22.
Again, with that red, we know it wasn't a definite pot. We needed to pot it to get position, and we couldn't. But that's... Ooh, I tell you what, he's going to do well to pot this. So he's just playing the what you have to say is a pretty good safety shot. Can't argue with that particularly. But we're just trying to get him back in a snooker. And I'll tell you what, that's not a bad shot at all. That is excellent.
He's played that very well.
I think he's out of it. Oh, I thought he was going to pop one there. I was about to say, if you pop that, you lucky git. I don't think we can even play side to pop this, you know. This red won't go either, so we've got a bit of a spot of bother, I guess you could say. But we could, again, play this in behind the black. We need... Got a good fortune here, where the red rests up. Where the cue ball rests up. I mean, I guess that nothing's in a possible position there.
Nicely done.
And again, we've got a snooker. Maybe a bit more fortune this time. To be fair, Mark's played that very well. Really has.
He's aiming for the left corner here.
Risky shot this, but it's there.
In it goes.
We knew if we potted it, we've got a good chance to finish the frame off.
1.
So we lead by 31 points.
This needs
Green
to
will give
play
us a
the red
34-point
piece.
lead. Knock the red in up bulk, 35. And we just need a colour, and we'll be 2-0 up. Bit of a lucky escape, I think, here, but you know, ultimately we've done well. We played the right shots at the right time. Didn't do anything stupid. But I
So,
still think
just
it's a bit of a
as blue
lucky
required.
escape.
Tremendous shot.
So that blue should confirm it.
No real way for his opponent to win the frame now.
Haven't really hit that hard enough, but it still goes in. Doesn't matter. No century on here, so we'll just knock the pink in. I was just making sure we weren't going to set ourselves up for a stupid snooker or something.
17.
This could be very
So just play up
tricky
to
get out
the
of
yellow.
that
No
as
mucking
well.
about. Again, no point carrying on because there's no chance of a century. But again, good frame once again. And we lead by 2-0. At one point in that frame, I thought,
Not the result he was looking
Mark
for.
Allen might just have a chance.
Neil Robertson, 17. Frame conceded. Frame, Neil Robertson.
And that is the frame.
2 frames ahead, and he's starting to build some momentum here.
Thank you. The third frame, Mark Allen to break.
Oh, that's careless.
Well, admittedly, I didn't watch the break-off because I'd gone downstairs to make a drink. But actually, it's a better break-off than I thought it was. Looking at the table, I thought, bloody hell, there's chances everywhere here. Truthfully, there's not that many, but again, there's a half chance here.
That's an
It's
excellent
there.
opening red.
Surely it's not going to happen again. Again, I don't want to get cocky and try and jinx it or anything, but you know, this is a good chance. And at 3-0 up, we've got a good chance, really have. But again, try not to get complacent. Can happen very easily to the best of us. Happens to me on Snooker 19 a lot. Underhit that one slightly, so I think it'd probably be best to play the blue here. Again, hedge our bets.
long
the
pop's
whole
on,
risk
Hamzy's
conversation
going
we
for it.
had, the whole, you know, uncertainty and that sort of thing.
Anything is
That's
possible when he's queuing
that's
this
how I
way.
play most of my shots now, and I think that seems to work. The whole probability game, and it might be boring to watch, I don't know, but you know, we're having a lot more success. Certainly recently, you can see in this tournament that we have done in plenty of tournaments we've played in the past, so we're obviously doing something right. Had to play with a bit of side there as well as bottom, of course, to
22.
get onto the next red. We haven't positioned ourselves brilliantly on it, to be honest. But it would be nice to get
Nicely onto the black.
a clearance here,
23.
or at least a break that's good enough to win the frame in one visit.
We
Because
know
remember,
what a
we've
prolific long potter he is, so
had to
I'm
play
assuming
a few
Toby's on.
visits to win each frame so far. It would be nice just to get that
Really on fire here.
security of winning in one.
He's looking very sharp at the moment.
28.
He's just looking to drop this in gently.
And this is the sort of classic split chance we've got here. We've got a few reds up in bulk
Nicely
that we
positioned for the black.
can use as a backup if this doesn't go well. Got to pot the black first.
That's a good split.
And it's there.
Got a real chance
Looks
here.
decent split though. Again, you can't really judge it until the cue ball stops.
36.
It's all well and good the red's been all over the table, but if you're behind the colour, then you ain't got really much chance, have you? But that looks pretty decent to me. And now the controller's gone. Marvellous. I mean, I only charged this thing on... It was Christmas Day, wasn't it? Yeah. They're not very good, these rechargeable batteries. They're really not. I played a few hours of Ice Combat on Boxing Day, which I'm really enjoying. I've actually finished the story, but that was kind of a leftover from when I had Xbox Game Pass in the summer. I got the box version of Ice Combat for Christmas. Just for some reason this isn't connecting. That's weird, isn't it? There we go. But yeah, I got Ice Combat for Christmas, so I've played a bit of that. But my point is, I've maybe used the controller for 4, maybe 5 hours, and that's it.
Outstanding potting.
What about
But
that
then it's
for a
cheaper
good
than
shot?
buying a load of batteries.
43.
We've balls that up. We really have. Again, it's when I start talking crap. That's the problem. I'm surprised the commentators haven't picked up on that. They usually do. Well, he's run out of position there. So, again, just the least risk shot possible. We've overhit that one, actually, so... Should be okay. There's nothing on in terms of a pot. Don't quite get the snooker behind the black, but he get it safe. That's the most important thing. And if we are to win this frame, our streak of not winning it in straight visits looks to be continuing here.
He's
Bit of
taking
a
on the long
half
red to
pot,
the
half
corner
safety
pocket.
shot here. It's not there. But the
No,
idea is just to
not
get the
quite.
cue ball down
Pretty close, though, but that
the
won't
table,
provide
and I think
insights.
we've done a good job there of keeping things safe. Unless he wants to play a uber risky shot. No, he's just going to play safe himself, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him one bit, but this is a half chance. This was the shot I was referring to, because the position he was in, if he'd have played this and missed, he would open everything up. But from the position we were in,
Oh,
it seemed like a
wonderful
no-brainer, and that is a bit of a shock that he's left that on. Again, it might be unintentional, I don't know. Well, I'd say it would be unintentional.
He's aiming for the left
You
corner.
know what I mean? I don't think he aimed to leave any position.
He's queuing extremely well here.
6.
But at 3-0 up, if we can close this out, which I hope we can do, if we can close this out and get ahead by 3 frames, you give ourselves good odds to go and
Good split.
win the next 2.
That's really opened the table up
And
here.
that's definitely a good split. But is it again? You know, it's sure it opens the table up, but it's all about where the cue ball is. Actually got more confidence playing this playing into the middle pocket, you know.
The left middle pocket.
He'll want to try and tighten up his game a little.
The cracks are starting to show a bit here.
14. 1.
That, I think, is our problem, our long game. I really do think so. It's the same against Bingham. Crucially, Bingham didn't take any chance we gave him. I've got a funny feeling Mark Allen will here, though. And if it is 2-1, then it's game on.
11.
We should have really closed that out, but to be honest, the way the split went, again, it's that whole certainties and knowing what you're going to do. Card, and sometimes doesn't work out for you. If you know you're going to pot something, or you know you're going to be in position for something, it's okay, but if you can't guarantee it, then you've got a bit of a problem. I don't know where that's ended up. I've got a funny feeling it's right up by the black. No, he can't pot the black, so going to need a good strike on the pink, which is exactly what he's got.
21.
So 51 left on the table. He's 36 behind us.
22. 29. 30.
The way he's not that red makes it a bit awkward to get on, but I'll tell you what, he's done a good job. He's done a good job of getting onto this. Be a big confidence booster for Mark going into the mid-session interval. I appreciate the mid-session intervals in a frame's time, but what I mean is, if he can go and win this one, then there's no reason why he can't go and win the fourth, and it becomes a best of 5. Always a big frame. I always say that. Always a big frame number 3. Particularly if you're 2-0 up or 2-0 down. Can make or break the game. He snookered himself though on the yellow, so it's not going to be that dream clearance he was hoping for.
Mark Allen.
So now we play a bit of happy-go-lucky safety, which every man and his dog loves. Play very thin on it. Try and get round it. Maybe not. That was a bad shot. And, well, making a mistake and getting out of it. Yeah, good luck with that.
2.
I'll tell you what, that was a stupid... Oh, can he get through? He can. He can. I thought, well, that was a stupid idiot shot, wasn't it? Because he can't get through the brown. He can, though.
9.
We didn't make a lot of that safety battle, did we? Goodness me. So Mark Allen is going to win frame number 3. It's not going to be a 5-0. We concede our first frame for a long time. And can Mark Allen now use this momentum?
Neil Robertson to break.
We'd like to go 3-1 up at the break, of course. 2 each, and it's very much game on. 3-1, it's still game on. It gives us a good advantage, but 2 each, and it wipes away any of the misdemeanours from either player and takes it into a best of 5 into Wednesday's video. And we are going to have a video on Wednesday now on this match because it's not going to end up 5-0. And as you can see, Mark Allen has took a chance straight away and could be in here.
4.
Oh, unfortunate.
11.
Very unfortunate with that split. Didn't really give it too much, but yeah, it's
Mark
unfortunate
Allen,
that.
11.
Looking to play safe here.
Just a safety, much like the first... Oh, well. Not like the first frame. Can you see how that... I don't know whether it's innocent or what, but the cracks are starting to show. We start to make mistakes about this point.
He'll be really annoyed with that foul. Lack of composure.
We got away with
perhaps.
it against King and Bingham
Mark Allen.
because they just
4.
didn't turn up. But it's worrying that we keep making the same sort of mistakes at this point in the match. But there's a bit of a sniff here. And if we're going to go for it, we're going to have to go hard for it.
Play this with plenty of power.
Big shot, this. If we actually hit it. Oh, for Christ's sake. Doesn't like hitting shots at a hard power for some reason, Snooker 19 doesn't. And there you go. It's there. I tell you what, I don't particularly like going hard into reds like we've just done. But it's worked out for us. I thought we might have been on the black. That's a tad unfortunate. It's just a tad unfortunate, that.
This will be a real test of his cueing.
How's that one going to be?
That's not the best split.
Yeah, it's not great, is it? Oh, can we get this one in the middle pocket? We can't. We'll pop this one in the middle pocket. They're the one that's right in front of us. Feel like a bit of a prat. No, I didn't see that.
Tough shot coming up.
Got to be a good shot, though, still. And it's there.
Fabulous effort. That's a great pot.
7.
Now it turns into the close quarter snooker, which is so tough to master. You've got to be bang on with your position.
14.
Just wants this pot to drop into the pocket.
Drop, please. Oh, thank God for that. Have to open these up again. We haven't really got much choice. It's that sort of frame where if you're playing for the blue, you can't really have much open to you. And that's open, but where's the cue ball going? It's okay. Not getting much luck with these splits, are we? More luck than some, though, I suppose.
He's taking this on. Excellent pot. Superb.
Yes, he'll be
And
very
with that,
pleased
we
with
open
that
up the
shot.
table a bit more. We've got a bit more flexibility now, is what we can do. Not much more, it's fair to say, but a bit more. A
He's
teeny
gonna pop
weeny
this
weeny
into
weeny
the
bit
right
more.
corner. Well, an excellent pot.
What a wonderful pot.
24.
And let's just hope that previous frame was just a bit of a
Pop this
blip.
into the right corner. Well, he lost control.
Oh, bloody hell.
25.
Maybe not.
Touching ball.
Give it a whack and hope for the best. There. And I'll tell you what, that has not worked out too badly at all. We were always going to leave something on, but
Neil
to get out of that like that isn't too bad. But I just can't believe our luck there. It's all about certainties, isn't it? It really is. All about certainties. He's missed that, though. That's a shocker.
No, not this
That
time.
is a shocker, and that was quite a big chance. Wouldn't say a huge one, but, you know, quite a substantial chance. Let's make his mark there. Pod the pun. I've just realised what I've just said. I really didn't mean that. But we'll take the credibility as a comedian for it anyway.
8.
Can you be a comedian if you copy other people's jokes? Don't know.
Nine.
Tell you what, this blue really doesn't offer much position, does it? They're all on the wrong side of the table, these balls are, for the blue. So we're going to have to be a bit inventive here.
That's a great demonstration of his cue power.
And with this, we can get to one of two balls. I think I know which one I'm going for. This one here.
He just wants this to drop gently into the pocket.
It's one of those shots where you go, well, you know, get the pot, get out of there sort of thing. Not worried too much about the position, worry about that later. Still a long way to go till we've got this frame because the reds are in awkward positions. Be alright if we were on the other side of the table.
20.
But, well, as you've gathered, we're not. This might give us an opportunity to, though, if we can pop this red and get on the blue.
Oh,
Woo!
wonderful.
Lovely.
Position
Lovely,
is
lovely,
brilliant
lovely.
today.
21.
Not ideal on the blue here. In terms of position, but we'll have a half chance.
26.
Yeah, it's a half chance, if anything. That's a place with pace to incorporate safety if we
Playing
need
for the right
to.
corner here.
We'll know straight away. Nope. I think actually the two reds collided there, you know. But we've got away with one there. We really have.
Neil Robertson.
Not left anything on. That's our get out of jail free card for the frame, innit? Really is. Goodness me. Let's see if we get another one. Can't see it, but let's see. Well, that didn't react the way we wanted it to, but I'll tell you something. Look at this. That's not bad. I thought that had just floated back up to the bulk, but the way it reacted, not quite the way I planned. Oh, that's unfortunate for Alan. Really is. But we just need to make sure we pot this.
Along the cushion.
That's nowhere near hard enough, is it? Is it? Is it? Oh, it makes me feel sick. It happens every once in a while where you misjudge it, you don't hit it hard enough. And the worst thing is that was going in. We didn't need to go all silly and tap that in. We could have just given it a whack. Well, not necessarily a whack, but certainly hit it hard enough. Another safety here from Alan. I think he's thought the same as us. Just get the pot and get out of there. But because he didn't pop the colour, our hold on the frame is a bit more secure than it would have been. 35 ahead we are. 51 left on the table. Mark Allen can still come back into it, but it's going to be a scrappy one, this. How close do you want to get to pot in the black? Bloody hell. We can just nip this red. That's luck. That is a bit of luck for you. Look how close we were to hitting the pink there. Goodness me. And look where this one's going to end up. Look where that's going to end up. Luck, skill, I really don't know. That wasn't bad though. And he's missed the reds.
Foul and a miss. Neil Robertson.
We'll get him to play again. He's missed them. And I think the free miss roll will come into account here. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Well, we're happy for him to keep missing this.
Neil Robertson, 4.
And unsurprisingly, he's asked his opponent to play again.
He's hit them this time though. But again, that gives a nice healthy 12 points. We just need one more ball really. Or one more foul from Mark Allen if you're looking at it that way, I suppose. One more bunch of 4 points and the frame's ours.
Great shot. That's a really good safety.
Bring that red out a bit. Give him a bit of a tempter, but I don't think he can see it behind the black.
Pace will be very important.
Again, we're, in tricky waters here. Could go wrong. Had to hit that one quite thick. We need a bit of cover, really. Come on, yellow, be our friend. Ooh, maybe not. This could be a half chance here for Mark Allen to win this frame. Oh, no, he's just going to play safe. And I have to say, I think that was a stupid decision. He's made legal contact with the yellow there. He didn't hit the red first.
That's a foul.
And I'm amazed he did that. I can only think he couldn't see the red, because if he did, surely he'd just go for it.
So, just the red required here.
And just this red needed to take a 2-frame lead into the mid-session interval. It's there.
1.
We've got a lead of 3-1, it looks like, for the next video.
He's an expert.
It's not all over yet, though.
Taking this on.
It's not a guaranteed lead, is 3-1. And the cue ball might just go into the pocket here. It is, it's going to go into the pocket. It is.
Foul, but it really doesn't matter.
Well, we could have done without that, really.
Neil Robertson.
He does need a snooker, but I'll tell you what, he's bloody got one. We could have done without that.
A foul here, and his opponent will be right back in it.
Bloody hell. That's 5 points away, that. So he's now 42 behind with 43 left.
I'm not sure what his intention was.
Foul. Mark Allen, 5.
He's
You
looking
know,
to
a
pop
few
this
avoidable
into the left
mistakes.
corner pocket.
Definitely this frame.
1. 8.
And that would be a real...
9.
Guess what's the word? A real lesson, I suppose, if we go and lose this now.
18. 21.
Going to do well to pot the brown from here. He has done, you know, and
What
I
a
think he's going to
great
do it.
pot.
I think he's going to do it.
25. 30.
Whew! What about that?
36.
Well, things can change quickly in this game, and because we were a bit of an idiot there, managed to pot the cue ball, Mark Allen is going to turn this round and win the frame by 1 point.
And now,
Not really what we wanted. That's disappointing, but luckily we've got the break, and I think the man who doesn't want this break is the man who's breaking off.
Both players refuse
Tell you what we could
to
do
give
with one,
any
though.
ground here.
Want to make sure we don't lose control of this game. That's the break for frame 5, and frame 5 you will see in the next episode. So it's finally poised for a best of 5 shootout in the next match, in the next episode. Sorry, not the next match, the next episode. If you've enjoyed that, make sure to leave a like down below, comment your thoughts as well, and subscribe to the channel for regular Snooker 19 content. Take that how you will. Regular Snooker 19 content on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 PM. Thank you for watching. I've been TIJ Gaming, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday for the finale of this match. Thank you, and goodbye.